Bring it on, bring it on.
You. Fellow citizens of this world, fellow Africans, fellow Ghanaians, the Not As Usual series present to you POESIC. POESIC. Poetry and music making the rounds together to conscientize, inform, educate, and of course, entertain you. POESIC, dropped from above, assembled in Ghana, the star of Africa, by Paul Kosi Dzampah, the Dzampah, a Ghanaian African citizen of this world. POESIC for global awakening. POESIC for global awareness. POESIC for global change. POESIC, leaving no stone unturned. The first song of POESIC is entitled Abomisexuality. Abomisexuality means there are some kinds of sexuality which are abomination. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22 and 23. Today, one hears a lot of arguments in favor of homosexuality and relatively fewer arguments against it. Today, there are some people, very honorable but too pliable men and women, who are doing everything in their human and mortal power to force us, against our convictions and against our will, to recognize and accept anus or anus, our common denominator, as a sex organ, though it has no characteristic of a sex organ. Are we really in a scientific world, or we are in a hypocritical world? Science says, experiment, observe, and conclude. Sex organs donate lubricant for sex. Sex organs are earmarked with teenage hair. Sex organs take time to mature for meaningful sex. It is to be recalled that our own Barack Obama declared in California before leaving office that one of his main achievements was same-sex marriage. It is true, he made history being the first American president to have spoken publicly in favor of homosexuality, moved to legalize it, and also tried to impose it on other nations. But how laudable is that achievement? Anyway, everything in this world has those for and against. That is why democracy calls for debate. I repeat, everything in this world has those for and against. That is why democracy calls for debate. Debate so that people could make choices and take decisions which they will be responsible and accountable for based on quantitatively sufficient and qualitatively efficient information. Today, you will hear a lot of arguments against homosexuality in abomisexuality. I hope you know it is your democratic right to hear arguments from both sides on any issue that matters to you in this world and beyond. And let no one take this eternally beneficial right from you, be it an angel, a mortal human being like yourself, or a demon. Abomisexuality. But first, the prelude. The prelude is entitled, Even If Donald Trump. Even if Donald Trump hates me, I would still prefer him to homosexualists. How long could one hate me in this world? I will surely die sooner or later, and the one who hates me too. But our generation, like any other, has the collective and individual responsibility to preserve the truth for coming generations. The truth that homosexuality is a human wrong and not a human right is what Donald Trump accepts and stands for. Permitting relatively richer men to blow up the rectums of poorer men is no achievement as Obama will have us believe. It was, it is, and will remain a shameful weakness and failure. That is what Donald Trump is saying. And in this one, I would die for him immediately. Abomisexuality. If you hear gate of the world, that means a woman. You know, each and every one of us passed through a woman to enter this world. Gate of the world, a woman. Abomisexuality, episode 1. Those who are sharing gate with the human waste, sharing gate with the water closet waste, while gate of the world is available, why are they becoming proud of themselves? They must be, for hygiene, ashamed of themselves. Endangered species is the human race in the growing world of homosexuals. Nature conservers, be alarmed by this. Be not concerned only with animals. Gays must learn division of labor. Every human part has its functions. Overloading it with another, get it crashing, begging for pampers. Gays don't want us to learn from nature. Almost all our parts are left and right. Should one be born with 2 rights or 2 lefts, this will surely be an anomaly. Not all natural things are so good. So conjoined twins are being separated. Our crude nature is to be refined. The one who is born gay must be born again. Nudists can claim to be natural and can hire nature as their lawyer. For nakedness is our birthday suit, and we all can be their witnesses. Homosexuality, abomination, against our existence, against our survival. If the plants go homo and the animals go gay, our survival will soon end. If all the men go gay and the women lesbians, this world will become a wilderness. Abomisexuality. We know habit is second nature and could be mistaken for nature. Deep within yourself, you might find out that your gay nature is the fake one. There is no rectum made for gayism. They all crash under the gay pounding, landing victims at the hospitals. How then can we believe your story? We all do things we know should not be. But when you move to justify it, you then become unreformable, losing a good trait of human beings. When you cause humans to lose their will, to respond to nature's call at will, because everything is falling through, don't call this break failure human right. Minority rights don't harm people. They don't land people at hospitals. Do not pollute minority rights by adding this contamination. It's not just about minority rights. It's about the right of all humans to maintain their rectums from nature, from the damage caused by the gay cane. Please, don't add insult to the injury. Your neighbor's rectum is forced ajar, and contraband goods go through unchecked. And you call this damage human right? Your neighbor is mourning his rectum, the loss of its nature from nature, and you are clapping for the culprit and calling the damage human right? Your neighbor now eases in pieces and has lost the strength to ease in peace, and you carry the culprit's shoulder high and calling the damage human right? Your terminology is not correct. Obviously, it is full of twists and bends, an adulteration of human rights, a desecration of noble rights. Stop contaminating human rights. Desist from profaning human rights. Cease to desecrate human rights. halt the pollution of human rights. The human being is dehumanized, losing nature's brake for his rectum and the power to apply the brake. Surely, this is our major complaint. Lead kindly light amid the circling gloom. Lead thou me on. The night is dark and I am far from home. Lead thou me on. Keep thou my feet, I do not ask to see the distant scene. One step enough for me. The distant scene. One step enough for me.